Okay, for this lesson, we're going to talk about triangles and some interesting properties. So on the screen here, what you see is obviously a triangle. And I'll go ahead and name it A, B, C. So the way to name this, you'll see this little notation here. It's a triangle A, B, C. This doesn't mean delta, it means triangle. It means this triangle right here. This is this triangle, A, B, C, right here. You see it. All right. So what do we see in this triangle? Oh, we have three sides. We have one, two, three sides. We also have three angles. One, two, three angles. Triangle has three sides and three angles. One thing you should know is how to name one of these angles. So for example, let's look at this angle here, angle A. One way to name it is just, oh, this symbol here, angle A. Or you can say angle C, A, B. You see the A's in the middle. That tells you the path to take. C, A, B, like that. That's the angle. Okay, one other thing I want to talk about is these little guys on the inside, these angles. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C equal 180 degrees. So note what I said, the angles, the angles add up to 180, not the sides, the angles add up to 180. The sides do not add up to 180, just the angles. Angles add up to 180, okay? Last thing is, if you'll notice, we have two types of angles here. We have these tiny ones. They're called acute because they're less than 90. And then we have this big boy right here. He's obtuse. He's greater than 90. And the thing about this obtuse angle is if you go to the opposite side here, you'll see the longest side. Longest side. The longest side is always opposite of the biggest angle. Don't forget that. Now look what we have here. We've got a right triangle. That means one of our angles is 90 degrees. If you remember, one of these properties of right triangles is that if I give you two sides, let's say this one's 3, that's 4, we can do a special theorem to find this side here. I'll call that C. The theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. This is Pythagorean theorem. So let's say that's a, that's b. So we have 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. We can find c. How do we do that? Haha, just like this. We'll end up with square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c. And what that will be is square root of 9 plus 16. This adds up to 25. Square root of 25 equals C. We know 5 equals C. This is, if you notice, 90 degrees is the largest angle. This is the largest side. This is called the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. All right? Now look at what we got down here. We got another right triangle, but this time we're looking at the angles. Let's do the angle sum theorem. We know that's 90, so that means we have to add all three of these angles to get 180. Well, watch this. 90 plus 2x plus 1 plus 5x plus 5 equals 180. First thing I can do is subtract 90 from both sides. And I'll get 2x plus 1 plus 5x plus 5 equals 90 because I subtracted 90 from both sides. That's where that 90 went. Yeah. So now let's combine like terms. So these two go together and these two go together. And I'll continue that over here. And so 2x plus 5x equals 7x. And then 1 plus 5 equals plus 6 equals 90. And if I subtract 6 from both sides, I get 7x equals 84. And if I divide 7 on both sides, I'll get x equals, and that would be 10, 12. Now here's the trick. If they're asking for x, that's your answer. If they're not asking for x, if they want the angle, you have to take this number and put it in here for x to get the actual angle measurements. Don't forget that. Oh, now look at this. What is u? What is u? What is u? Baby, don't hurt me. Okay, all right. So we want to find u, but notice that we're not looking for the hypotenuse. This is the hypotenuse opposite of the 90-degree angle. Hypo, that's what I say, hypo. We're looking for one of the legs here. So we're still using Pythagorean theorem. This guy, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The problem is we're looking for this guy, b. We have a, b, and then c here. So how do we solve that? Well, let's do this. 8 squared plus u squared, because we don't know that, equals 17 squared. So that'll be 64 plus u squared equals 17 squared would be, let's do the calculator, 17 squared is 289. 289. So to get u by itself, let's subtract 64 both sides, and we will get u squared equals 289 minus 64 is 225. Take the square root of both sides, and you'll get u equals 15. Easy peasy. So that's what happens whenever you have an equation in the Pythagorean theorem and you're not looking for the c, you're looking for one of the legs. This is what you'll do. You'll end up having to subtract from the sides to get the variable by itself.